Hello. Welcome to this video, I guess. Today I am in Counter-Strike Global Offensive in the map Zoo. Now, this video does not really have a clear-cut path. It's more of an abstract design that I wanted to try out because a lot of the Counter-Strike maps are very atmospheric, and you don't normally notice that when you're playing it. Now, I have never actually played this map. This is my first time ever booting up this particular map. And I just wanted to kind of walk around it, just kind of drink in all the atmosphere, maybe talk about some random stuff. So, I guess that's what we're doing today. Thank you for watching. It might not be super interesting, but I just thought it'd be interesting for me at least. So, we're in the zoo right now, Bay Area Zoo. I guess the T's have come in here. It's really interesting that so much, like, you can hear kind of sounds of monkeys and birds and stuff. There's a lot of foliage and like detail put in the background, which is really interesting because you're never really gonna pay attention to this stuff. If you play this map 100 times, you're not gonna worry about the sounds and all the atmosphere and stuff like that. So it kind of makes you wonder like why it was put in the first place. Because multiplayer games are almost always, you never get immersed into them. It's more about the gameplay and about the experiences with the people, because you're not going to really get too immersed into, like, look at this. Someone wrote stuff. I kind of want to read this. It might have been copy-pasted from somewhere else. Excuse me. But it's really interesting how they put so much detail into all this stuff, and you're almost never going to pay attention to all of it. Like, there's a sign here that says throw away in the trash. There's all this stuff that's super interesting. And you're almost never going to pay attention to it. And it says something about multiplayer games and what they are and what they can be. Because in single-player games, it's a lot easier to get immersed in the atmosphere and kind of like experience a place as a place. But in multiplayer, it's more about when you click the next round button a million times on Dust 2, you're gonna stop caring about all the specifics of where that location is. So I think that the atmosphere a lot of the time goes underappreciated. Like, look at all this stuff. Like, this is a full-out museum. They've got fish like floating around and stuff. But I think Valve games and even video games in general, but specifically CSGO, just have they're really good at feeling like a real place. Like, I feel like this could be a real place with its own story and stuff like that. Like, someone wrote this. I guess that's actually reused, which kind of breaks my idea of it being unique, but it doesn't have to be unique. It's just a really interesting thing. Like, someone went through and made all of this, and it might just be on a computer, but still it's geometry. It exists in information. It's still real. Just because it's on the computer, all the geometry exists in the information and can be replicated on any machine. So this place is still technically a real place. And I think I saw this in a BNN video, actually. That's somewhat familiar to me, but it's just kind of cool to walk around, experience it. Another thing, the tutorial for CSGO, I just felt a ton of atmosphere and I wondered, like, what kind of establishment is this? Like, who's the person that's talking to you? This is a big area. And, like, I want to know the story about, like, and there's probably not a story, I know that, but it feels like there could be because of all the atmosphere they put into it. It really feels like a real place, and I'm kind of repeating myself. but at the same time of it feeling like a real place, it also feels kind of like, I don't know, shovelware. I don't know if that's the right term to put into it, but I feel like some CSGO maps, especially a lot of the earlier ones, just feel like something that was kind of thrown together, but still a real place at the same time. Like, it still has incredible atmosphere, but it also feels like abandoned. I don't know. I was playing Flying Scoutsman, and some of the maps on there, I think it was called Dizzy or something. It just felt like it was a real place, but also made without care, but not in a bad way. And I'm not sure how to say that, like how to explain that, because a lot of these are really professionally made. Well, some of them, a lot of CSGO maps, or not a lot of them, but a few of them, are actually borrowed from Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, which is super interesting, that you can just take a map from one game, just change a few things, and completely repurpose it. So yeah, this is the aquarium, I guess. It's interesting that well, this is probably a lookout. We have lines going up here. You look down there, and all that stuff. I kind of want to turn up my volume just to hear the noise a bit more. Yeah. There we go. There's the monkey enclosure. Let's read one of these signs. It's kind of hard to see. It's a bit unfortunate. But I guess, I mean, I don't know if anyone's tried to read them. Probably, I bet you someone has. This game's got a crazy enough community. Someone's read all those. Oh, this is a kind of cool car. It's got zebra stripes on it. I guess it's a bomb site too. So, not sure how it would get here. It might just be for decoration, because I didn't see how you'd be able to drive that anywhere. Hopefully you can still hear my voice. I have no idea if you'll be able to or not. I have no idea why you're watching this, honestly. But if you are, I mean, I'm glad to have you. I've already gone this way, but... Back in line. Oh. The wild thing about multiplayer games is the immersion. Sorry, excuse me. The immersion really isn't there a lot of the time. Like in Half-Life 2, you can be completely immersed in the story. It's like you are Gordon Freeman, and nothing really gets in the way of that. You can immerse yourself into that as much as you want to. But in this, most of the time at least, it's more just the next game button. Because on Dust 2, or whatever map you play a bunch, there's the people there that don't really act like real people. And which is kind of funny that real people act less like real people than NPC real people. But they know that it's a game, so they're not going to take it nearly as seriously. And because of that interaction, it makes it very fun, and it makes it compelling, and it makes it so you want to keep playing. But it makes it feel less real. You never play a game of Counter-Strike, and the stakes never feel like real stakes. It might feel like compelling and exciting, but it's going to feel compelling and exciting as a game. When in something like Half-Life 2, I'm going on and on about Half-Life 2, but you can feel like your life's in danger, or the world's in danger, or you just care more about the actual story and circumstances of the game. And the reason for that, I think, is because every time you complete a game in CSGO, well, one, there's the players. And the players know it's not real. So they're not going to treat it as if it's real, which is going to make you treat it as if it's not real. Let's buy some. Guzzy. I tried. But yeah, so the players aren't going to treat it as if it's real. You're not going to treat it as if it's real. So it's going to seem like it's not real. And that's just kind of the way that multiplayer games go. And the more and more you play them, like maybe you're going to be a bit immersed if you play Dust 2 for the first time. But after the 1000th time, it's going to feel more like a game. Like the graphics matter, but they can more just be blank sand textures with like solid walls. And it wouldn't make too much of a difference in the long run. It might not look as aesthetically pleasing, but it doesn't really matter. And that's why I think it's a shame that single-player games are kind of becoming less and less, because multiplayer games are awesome, don't get me wrong. But it's also a lot easier to get an elephant, that's kind of cool. It's a lot easier to build up a ton of hours in a multiplayer game than in a single-player game. And I like single-player games more than multiplayer games, I would say. But I have a lot more time in multiplayer games than I do single-player games. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. One is it's more compelling. So each time you complete a match in a multiplayer game, there's going to be that button that says join next match or something like that. There's not really any clear-cut way to say, hey, stop playing, or this is a good time to stop. And it really, the passage of time is kind of lost. Because you can play Dust 2 1,000 times. I'm picking on Dust 2. I really like Dust 2, that's what I'm saying. But you can play that 1,000 times, or 20 times, or 10,000 times. It's going to feel relatively the same, because you're not going to really keep track of how many times you played it. At least, not as much as you would in a single-player game. Because generally in a single-player game, the setting changes around you a lot quicker. So it feels more like a journey. You can kind of tell how much you've played and how long you've played, which probably makes you not play as much because you can tell that you've spent so much time on it. With this one, it's kind of repeating the simulation over and over every time you play them out. So it doesn't feel like as long, and it makes it so you can play it longer. And I guess that's good. But I also like how single player does things. Another one is friends. Because if you're playing Half-Life, and your friend is like, you see your friend get on Steam or something, they ask you to play Counter-Strike or something like that, you're almost always going to do it. Because the whole thing is like, well, you can play Half-Life when your friend's not there. But a lot of the times, you're going to have a friend there. And so even though you might not like the game as much as you would like a single-player game, it's something that you and your friend can play together, and that makes it so you both play it more. My top 2 played games, I think, are maybe this game and Quake Live. I'm not sure about this game. I know Quake Live's my top game. I'm not sure if this is my second, but I know this one's up there. I have more hours in this game than I have in Half-Life 2, which seems crazy to me because I feel like I've played Half-Life 2 a lot more than this game. Because I feel like I'm still pretty bad at this game. I feel like I'm new to it. But I've got something like almost 90 hours in it, which probably isn't that much, but it's a lot for me. And it's just surprising because it goes a lot faster than it would in a single player game. I might do a few more of these videos. Oh, that's kind of cool. We've got some fish. Can I shoot them? Val, please fix. What's this one? Oh, I might make some more of these videos. Probably on a different topic, but kind of just like walking around. Kind of going more in depth and everything. Hey, that's one of the generators. Actually, that generator was made for Half-Life 2. I actually think they took that out of Half-Life 2. I think they made a new model for it. But I'm pretty sure that that same generator and texture, I think it was. There was a thing that went up on it like that. I think that's in Left 4 Dead as well. So Valve reuses a lot of their assets. Like there's kind of Half-Life stuff in Portal. They kind of, I don't know if it's lazy. It's more smart, I guess, because you really don't notice it. But it's kind of weird when you see like the palettes from Half-Life 2 and Left 4 Dead 2, or I guess in Left 4 Dead 1 as well. And then you see it again in Team Fortress 2 with a different texture and scaled up. It's just interesting. If you're a Valve fan, you can kind of see the links between a lot of the games. But yeah, I might do some more of these. Probably look at a different topic. Maybe going with a bit more structure. This was just kind of an experiment. I have no idea what channel I'm going to post this to. I've got a few. Might make a new one. Because I don't think any one of those... No, I don't have any fans anyway. I don't care. Oh, shoot. Maybe you can shoot them. Well, that one's definitely dead. Oh yeah. Sorry. Oh yep, see? This is the spindle thing from Half-Life 2. I think these are in Left 4 Dead 2. This looks like it could be from Left 4 Dead 2.
Counter-terrorists win.
Those are from Half-Life 2. Actually, I'm not sure. I think that's from Half-Life 2. Those trash bags, Left 4 Dead 2. Maybe there was something before, I'm not sure. These are probably from Left 4 Dead 2, or Left 4 Dead 1 or 2. That's that. Minivan. It's interesting. And it's interesting that this game... I can't believe this game is almost... Actually, I want to see what's in here. Because I feel like there's something. No, it's a little gift shop. These... all these stuffed animals I know are prizes in the Steam VR. You can actually shoot the balloons. These guys were prizes in the Steam VR home minigame. It was like the Peanut Gallery shooter. It was based in the Dark Carnival thing from Left 4 Dead. So I don't know if they're from something, but I recognize them from that. They were the prizes that you would get. Yeah. Oh. No. I think that might be a Portal reference. I don't think it is. I think it's just a sign. It's interesting that this room's here, though, because it doesn't have a lot of purpose. But I mean, adding more atmosphere, I guess. So yeah, this model was cut from Half-Life 2, and it's in Left 4 Dead 2. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of these models are from other games. Let's check out. When I go to the skybox, that's probably not up there. Maybe it is. Yeah, I guess it is. Whoa. Is it like all underwater? No, I guess there's water right there. Yeah.
Counter-terrorists win.
Oh. Well, I'll probably have that be the end of the video, so the music is loud. It's probably over my voice, that's okay though. Thanks for watching, and see you guys.